Hi there, my friends. This is May, and here I am with my inner being to talk to you and your inner being. Today, I would like to share you an affirmation that I do that really helps me to change my life. And I'm for sure, I know that's going to help to change yours as well. Well, I'm gonna say the affirmation right in the beginning of the video, and then I will explain why this affirmation is so strong, so powerful, and why it has the power to transform your life. The affirmation is: the movie of my life is wonderful. The movie of my life is wonderful. This affirmation is so powerful because most people think that life is hard, life is full of hard moments, life is not a love story, life is not a bed of roses. So many affirmations, negative affirmations that we know people say all over internet, TV, newspapers, and everywhere. Most people just think life is not their friend. Life is not a bed of roses and it's not a romantic movie. But how about if you start to change that idea? Because our mind creates our life, our consciousness is creating all the time the life experience we have. If you have inside of a subconscious mind that life is hard, life is not your friend, life is against you, the universe is not a safe place, guess what? Your life is going to be exactly how you think it is. And that's why this affirmation that I gave to you is so powerful. You just gotta test it. I love my life now, and I think my life is a true love story. My life is a movie, a beautiful movie with happy ever after every day. So yesterday I was giving a bath in my toddler, Alex, and I was watching him play in the bathtub, and I was feeling so happy. Nothing special had happened. It was just like a normal day, but my heart was full of joy and love and appreciation. And I was like, my life is really a happy movie. I love my life. And I wanted to just spread that all over, because when you are happy, when your life is good, you want everyone else's life to be the same, like yours. Only sad people don't want other people to be happy because they can't stand other people's happiness, because they are vibrating in a different frequency. But when you feel good, when your life is good for you, you want life to be good for everyone else. And that's the way life is supposed to be: fun, happy, full of joy. And how do I transform my life like that? You may ask. By changing your mind, by changing the way you see your life. That's the beginning of transformation. And how to apply in a practical way this affirmation. In the morning when you wake up, you just say, the movie of my life is wonderful. Today I'm going to live a wonderful movie. So you set the intention right in the morning when you wake up that your life is your movie. The consciousness you are is creating a movie where you are the bright star of the movie. And you decide if your movie is going to be happy or sad, joyful or not. You decide. But when I do this affirmation, the movie of my life is wonderful. Wonderful means nice, amazing. And I'm not saying that challenges will not appear, that difficult moments will not appear. But you face the challenge with a different perspective. You don't think life is against you. You just understand that the challenges is just life wanting to give you opportunity to grow, to have more experiences, different experiences. That's how I face my challenges now. Oh, life is calling me to a next step, having a different experience. How interesting. Let me see. And I'm not saying as well that, negative thoughts will not pop up in your mind anymore. It happens to me. It happens. Even in the moment I was talking to you guys about, when I was just watching my toddler playing in the bathtub, having a nice time, and I was like, oh, my life is a happy movie. I love my life. But a few minutes later, a sad thought popped up. What if this movie gets ruined? What if something bad happens in this movie? That was a thought that showed up. And I was like, that's not real, because my life is here. I'm watching my son right here, right now. The sad thoughts or negative thoughts, they only showed up when your mind is in the future or in the past. But if you keep your mind, your focus, your attention, your consciousness always in the present moment, your life is a happy movie. Always. Only negative thoughts showed up when your attention goes to the past or to the future. What if this happens in the future? But remember what happened in the past, and then because of those fake images, you ruined the movie of your life, which is happening right here, right now. And I got that in that moment. I was like, okay, mind, but that's not happening. That's a future, and future doesn't exist. Only here now exists. And here now, I'm so happy. My life is happy. My life is a wonderful movie. So if you live in this dreamlike state, understanding that your consciousness creates your reality, oh my gosh, you got it. Yeah, you mastered the game. And with this simple affirmation, you can do it. I trust you. I know you can do it, because your consciousness, we are consciousness. We are all one. No one in this entire universe is nothing but consciousness. Only consciousness. You are consciousness, and you create the movie of your life. You start practicing this affirmation every day when you wake up, and also when you go to bed. Lay down, and when you finish your going to bed ritual, whatever you have, you just say, the movie of my life is wonderful, and now I'm going to sleep. And then you go to bed, you sleep, you fell asleep with this affirmation in your head. When you wake up, oh my God, the movie of my life is wonderful. Let's do it. Let's go. No matter what's happening. I know in the beginning, because of so many bad thoughts and beliefs that we have against life, against ourselves, against the world, we created not a happy, amazing, wonderful movie. We might have created, because of our unconscious thoughts created not a happy movie, a sad movie, a full of challenges movie. And it's hard at the beginning to change. So you might start to say that, and your life will not in the first moment appear so wonderful. You are still going to see some things that you created in the past that are still in your present. But trust me, if you start today, the sooner you start, the sooner you will change your life. Life is going to really be a wonderful movie for you. You decide by the focus of your consciousness. You put the focus of your consciousness where you want to create. I want life to be a wonderful movie. We are all living in a dreamlike state. This is not real. This is a matrix. This is a dream. This is a virtual reality. This is a movie. This is not real. We are consciousness. All those bodies are avatars that our consciousness is using to play the game of life. If you're playing a game of life, you can choose a happy approach to it. And when you do this positive affirmation, the movie of my life is wonderful. You decide that your life here in this matrix, in this virtual reality, dreamlike state, whatever you want to call it, is going to be nice. So try to do this affirmation to change your programming in your subconscious mind, because everyone else is saying life is not hard, life is hard, life is difficult, life is not a bed of roses. Do you think life is a romantic comedy? It's not. It is. I choose my life to be. Yeah, I could not see that before. My life was already wonderful, but I couldn't see that before because I had this programming in my mind that life must be hard. You gotta suffer a lot, you gotta do to deserve. No, I deserve because I exist. I deserve because I was born. If I'm here, I deserve. I don't need to do anything else to deserve. I can only be here now, and I'm already worthy. I'm worthy because I am. I'm worthy because Source Energy decided to give birth to May Andrade. That's all I need to know. And look in the mirror. You are worthy because Source Energy decided to give birth to you. And you are useful. You are worthy. You don't need to do anything else. And from this place of understanding, you're natural, deserving, you're not natural, worthy, you can make life better to you and to everyone around you. Because a happy person that is happy with their life, they want to other people to be happy as well. Because it's like a positive virus. I feel so good. I want other people to feel good. And I was comparing the May Andrade that I used to be before all those awakenings. And I was like, my life was already amazing. I was dreaming. I could not notice how blessed I am. Because I was always looking to the lack. I was always looking to the negative. And I was always, I was not positive. My focus was in the lack. And I was blind to how amazing my life already is. But when I changed my mind, when I started to awaken to that my consciousness creates my reality, then I got it. I understood. Wow. Yeah. And let me share with you right quick here how this shift happened in my life. Many years ago, I was in Brazil, and my husband and I, Elson, I was pregnant, and we were just married. And I decided that I wanted a house because we were living with my parents. My parents were amazing. They helped us. We didn't have a lot of money, so we had a car, but we didn't have a place to live. And my parents said, you guys can come here, live here. The house is big until you gather more money, you save more money so you can buy your own house. So we were there living with my parents, but that bothered me a lot. So I started to save money together with my husband, and we could buy the only house we were able to afford was a house in a really far away place in a neighborhood that was let's say really less fortunate neighborhood. So we went to this house. It was a little house. We finished the house inside. It was beautiful inside, but outside was not completed. And in that house we lived for 1 year and 3 months. And in that house I had one of the worst seasons of my life, one of the worst times of my life, because the neighbors, they were burning trash. You know, in Brazil that's not a crime. It's supposed to be, but the police doesn't do anything. And many people had trees, tall trees, and so the leaves of the trees fell on the ground, and also trash, garbage. People just do a huge fire, and all the neighbors were doing that. And Brazil is a tropical country, it's really hot, and imagine all that smoke, all that fire all the time. And my house was full of smoke all the time, and I was trying to talk to the neighbors and telling them, don't do that, just put your trash in front of your house and let the city take care of the trash. Don't burn your trash because it's going to harm our health. And my son, he's now 12 years old, but by the time he was 1 year old, and by the time he started to be sick from his lungs. He had pneumonia, I don't know if that's how pronounced, and he couldn't breathe. So we had to stay with him in the hospital for several days, and I really had a lot of fights with my neighbors and cried a lot, praying to God, why I'm in this neighborhood. They don't understand. You know, I didn't feel like I belonged there. And several other problems with the neighbors, like loud music, and early in the morning, late in the night, loud music. It was a huge mess. That neighborhood for me was a huge mess, and I was trying to put Elson to fight against the neighbors, but some of the neighbors we got to know that they committed some crimes, so it was not safe to fight against the neighbors. Well, in this scenario, I was crying so hard, asking God, why am I here? I dreamed about having my own house, but this neighborhood is a nightmare. And I was always with my heart full of anger, revenge, you know, sadness, injustice. And I was like, I hate this neighborhood. And I started to yell at the neighbors and yelling at God. By the time I was already going to church, attending service every Sunday, you know, I was even a leader in church. And I was like crying, saying, God doesn't like me because he doesn't do anything to help me. And one day, after I was kind of tired of fighting against the situation and having anger against the situation, we arrived at home around midnight, because most of the time I wanted to stay with my parents because I had no pleasure at all to be in my own home because of the neighbors. And my son had left the hospital for like 1 week. He was okay 1 week after he left the hospital, but I was still in, you know, recovery. And we arrived at home. It was midnight, and the neighbor next door was had a huge fire. Midnight, a really big fire. And I was, oh my gosh, I noticed that the smoke was going from the fire directly into my house. And the window of my bedroom, in my son's bedroom, was right in facing the fire. So can you imagine how smoky my house was? So I was like, when I saw that, I was like, I don't believe this neighbor is doing this again. Midnight. How in the world I'm going to sleep with the house full of smoke. My son just came out of the hospital because of lung problems. And we entered the house, and my son was sleeping. He was 1 year old. I put him in bed, and I fell on my knees, and I started to cry. And I was like, God, I don't know what else to do. And I looked at Elson, my husband, and he was sad as well. And I said, Elson is a guitar player. And I said, grab the guitar. Let's sing. Let's praise the Lord. And I felt the desire to sing a song of gratitude. And the song in Portuguese we were singing was like, thank you for everything you have done, Lord. Thank you for the sun. It was just a song of gratitude, just praising and appreciating everything God has done for us. And I was like, complaining doesn't work. Let's see if gratitude works. That's exactly how I said. And then he started to sing, and I started to cry and singing and crying. My energy started to shift, and I was like, oh, thank you, Lord, thank you. And my husband started to cry, and the energy in the room was amazing. There was a shift. And when we finished the song, the smoke inside of the house was gone at all, gone. And I was like, breathing the air, it was pure. I was like, what's happening? Honey, did you notice the smoke is gone? And he was like, yes. And then I opened the window, and I saw that the fire was totally gone. The thing was there, but no smoke. It was like the fire had never existed. There was some ashes, but not just the ashes, things, leaves, garbage, plastic bags, everything was there. It was burnt, but no fire and no smoke. That was a miracle. The way the fire was before we started to sing, it was impossible. Even if you throw water on the top of the fire, the smoke would not go away that easy. A miracle happened. We witnessed a miracle. And my heart was so happy. My energy was so high. And we cried and hugged each other and prayed, Lord, thank you. I understand now that I need to thank and give grace no matter what. And after I did that, a shift in my consciousness happened. And from that moment on, I understood that gratitude, appreciation is the right energy to shift our lives. The way we see life determines what we are going to experience in our lives. And after that event, lots of things started to move, to shift, and we could sell that house. We even moved to another state, and which was a dream come true, because I wanted to live in another place of Brazil, in Northeast, where there is beautiful beaches there, and I wanted to live there. And everything that I visualized happened. The nice neighborhood, gated community, everything that I dreamed of started to happen. And my life started to be a happy movie, and that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Just practice this affirmation every day in the morning, every day before you go to bed. The movie of my life is wonderful. And the movie of your life is going to be wonderful. The way you approach life is how life is going to appear to you. I hope this information had helped you somehow. If you like this video, just give us a thumbs up and share with someone else that you think might like as well. And subscribe for more videos like that. Let me know in the comments if this information helped you. A kiss from my inner being to yours. Bye bye.